What's up? This video might be a little bit hectic in the background. You might hear TV on, but we're just gonna rock with it because I didn't feel like going outside today, but I felt like making a video inside today. And I can't really control my surroundings, so it's just going to be there in the background if you can hear it. But welcome back to another video. And before I get into it, I wanted to tell you this story that happened the other day at the store. So I was at the store with my father and we were shopping for some, items and food and stuff. And there was this baby. All right? And it was crying and screaming and just, pouting in the shopping cart with their mother. And I had a feeling to just look at the baby directly in the eyes and wave. So I did. And as soon as I looked in that baby's eyes, it stopped crying. It just had a blank stare, and it looked at me until it was out of my sight. And I waved. And I was like, how did that happen? How did that baby go from chaotic and screaming to me looking in that baby's eyes and it instantly calming down? It doesn't make sense to me. But a lot of things don't make sense in this life. But it is what it is. And I know for sure that you guys are probably going to hear that background noise, but I'm sorry. We're just going to run with it. But today I've got the book that I write in. And I wanted to read something that I wrote. Yeah, the pointlessness of labels. Because in today's society we have all these labels and names and words for something, maybe for even ourselves, and they don't make any sense. They just add something to nothing, if that makes sense, without the mind and its labels and personality and such. It wouldn't be anything. It would just be an organism living in survival. And that's what's different about humans, is that we have this consciousness. And it could be a blessing or a curse. I feel like it's a little bit of both, but it is what it is, We are powerful beings on this planet, and I feel as if sometimes we're using our power wrong. And we're using it not for the better of all of us and everything around us as well, but we're just using it for ourselves, if that makes sense. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to discuss it a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the video. It's not going to be too long a video, okay? Because I'm not making sounds or chilling or anything, But I will make another long video eventually. it's just on when I feel like it'll flow. Because I'm not going to force myself to make a long video that, is forced. If it's forced, then it's not real, in my opinion. So, anyways, the pointlessness of labels. No, you can't see it because the light's shining on it really a lot, but the pointlessness of labels. Labels are made within the mind, whether it be for a relationship, one's status, perhaps a name one has given themselves. Ask this question to yourself. Why have I or was I given this label? How does it make me feel? The reason we give labels and get labels is to provide something more to ourselves and or add to ourselves. Labels, stories, and things add more to your, quote unquote, your story, which can make us seem, feel, or act a certain way. Now, take away those stories, labels, and things that make you, quote unquote, you, up. Get rid of your name, as that is a label too. Now there is nothing to reference to. That is what the mind is. It is a construct of consciousness that has made its own identity out of nothing to confuse and block us from who we truly are. Nothing. Behind the mind, behind the soul, behind it all, we are nothing. Those that know truly don't know unless they have experienced nothing. But to see it as experiencing nothing is to perceive it from something when rather we can't experience what we are. So, as you can see, that was a little bit of a paragraph. You can take what you want out of it. But I'm just going to go over it a little bit, just in case someone doesn't get it. Labels are made within the mind, whether it be for a relationship, one's status, perhaps a name given to themselves. So, whether that be a label of legend or the one and only or a couple as in girlfriend, boyfriend, all those are just labels. They don't mean anything. They're just a word. Sure, there's meaning to some of them, as in like if you say you have a girlfriend, like you got a girlfriend, right? But it's just a label that makes it seem like you own something that you don't, because you truly don't own anybody in relationships. You don't. And it seems like it's adding a part to yourself that once wasn't there. And there's no need for that. There's no need for it at all. Ask this question to yourself. Why have I or was I given this label? How does it make me feel? You have to question yourself on these labels that we've been given and the labels that you give yourself, or maybe the labels around your life, that surround your life. Because sometimes it can make you feel a certain way or act a certain way just because of the word that it possesses, the power that that word or label possesses in your life. So we got to be more aware of these labels and how they make us feel, how they make us think, and how they affect us overall. The reason we give labels and get labels is to provide something more to ourselves and or add to ourselves. Labels, stories, and things add more to, quote unquote, your story, which can make us seem, feel, or act a certain way. What I mean by that is we have ego, we have some carry a persona, which is a mask. Hold on. Alright, I just sneezed. And all these things that make, let's say, I'm going to use my sense of self as an example. All these labels, stories, and things in Cameron's life make Cameron's life, if that makes sense. So then if you were to take everything away from Cameron, what would Cameron be? Nothing. It's just a label, a name given to an organism, an individual that has no meaning. It's just a name. It's just a label. Now, take away those stories, labels, and things that make quote-unquote you up. Get rid of your name, as that is a label too. Now there is nothing to reference to. That is what the mind is. It is a construct of consciousness that has made its own identity out of nothing to confuse and block us from who we truly are. This is what the mind is here for. It's here to test us. It's here to bring us back to who we truly are, and it's meant to attract and bring and guide the strong, I guess, chosen ones, even though that's a label too, okay? The strong ones that are meant to help this planet and everyone and be a positive vibrational being or example in the universe to the front of the society we have made. Because with this consciousness, this construct of consciousness that humans have, we've made something out of nothing. We've made a persona or a ego, a sense of self for ourselves. And it's always going to be with us because we're in this experience, we are human. But the reason why it's there is to make you question if that's real, if that's really you, if that is who we are. Is that really truly who we are? Is that it? Is that it? We're just a mind in a body, and we're just here adding more to ourselves and taking more from others and places and people and things and animals and life forms. No. We're supposed to realize that Cameron is not who we are. The mind is not who we are. That awareness behind the mind is not who we are. That's just self-consciousness. Everything behind that, nothing is who we truly are. That is what enlightenment is. But the mind creates that illusion and makes it difficult to see that and remember who we truly are. Let's see, where was I at? Nothing. Behind the mind, behind the soul, behind it all, we are nothing. Those that know truly don't know unless they have experienced nothing. But to see it as experiencing nothing is to perceive it from something, when rather we can't experience what we are. When we experience, alright? We're here in this human experience, and if we weren't in this human experience, in this mind, in this consciousness, we wouldn't be able to experience anything. The five senses and the consciousness that this human body gives us allows us to experience anything and everything in this physical realm. Outside of that spiritual realm, or outside of that physical realm, is the spiritual realm. That's energy, that's beyond the eye of the mind. that's behind these eyes, but not beyond this eye, the third eye. You can see behind that. But what I mean by that is, what I mean by what I said in here is, but to see it as experiencing nothing is to perceive it from something when rather we can't experience what we are. You can't experience who we are because we are nothing. To be nothing means you can't experience anything. You're just there flowing in the universe and not experiencing, but just flowing there. You can't experience anything. Just there. As you are. As it is. And there is no you in that nothingness. See, this is why I have difficulty with the English language, or language in general, is because there's so many words that you can't put energy on. It's difficult at times, but I have to get better at getting better with the words that I am provided with in this physical realm, so that I can communicate and translate it from energy to you, the viewer, so you can hear this information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you want to call it. They're all just labels anyways. This is just energy. It's just energy on paper. That's what it is to me. Anyways, that was the end of the little writing that I had. I think this was a soft-spoken video, almost. I got a little intense, a little bit passionate, but hopefully it's not too loud. I mean, if it's too loud, I'm sorry, I try my best to limit my noise output when I'm making these videos, but sometimes I just get carried away with what I'm saying or what I'm doing. So, yeah, I can't really say that I'm sorry about it because I'm just enjoying myself, but anyways, I love you. Stay present, stay safe. Peace.